In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up your Squarespace cookie banner. If you are curious to learn more about cookies and why it's important to have a cookie banner on your website, you can check out the blog post that I have linked below this video. But today, I'm just going to show you how to set it up because I'm going to assume that you're here because you understand that it is important to have a cookie banner on your website. If you're new here, my name is Shannah and I am a Squarespace web designer in New York City. I build websites and website templates for service-based solopreneurs and other people doing good work in the world. Now let's dive in. We are looking at my website here so I can show you what my cookie banner looks like. So what you see here on the cookie banner is a message up here that explains that the website uses cookies, why it uses cookies, and that the user has an option to accept them or manage their preferences. I also like to include a link out to the privacy policy in case people want to learn more about what cookies you're capturing and how you're using cookies, and that should be something that is included in your privacy policy. And then you can have 3 different buttons on your cookie banner. You can have one or all 3 of these. There's a button to accept. So if someone clicks accept, they automatically just accept all the cookies. They can decline everything, or they can click this manage cookies button and then they can decide what they want to accept or not. There are necessary cookies that the website has to use to function. So if someone uses your website, they have no choice. They are going to have those cookies captured. Those are things like if you have an account on your website and people have to log in, what their language preferences are, just things that make the website function. Then there are performance and analytics cookies, and that helps you track who's visiting your website, how often they're visiting, what pages they're looking at. They can turn that off if they like. And then there are advertising cookies that could be used to advertise to people. So your visitors can make their choices and then save their preferences. So now let me show you how to configure that Squarespace cookie banner. By default, the cookie banner will be turned off. So you're going to go into settings and cookies and data privacy, and you'll see the cookie banner will be turned off and you can turn that on. And then we will come back to customize the banner style after we go through the options here. Here you can change the accept button label. I like to make that a little shorter to just say accept. Here you can turn that manage cookies button on or off. I like to leave that on. And then here you can turn that decline button on or off, and I like to turn it off. If I left it on, I'd probably just say decline. So I'm going to turn that off. And then this is the text that appears above the buttons that explains that you're accepting cookies and they can use the buttons to manage their cookies. I think this is a little wordy. Here's some other suggested text that I might use that's a little bit more concise. And as mentioned, I would link out to your privacy policy. So I'm going to put a link here and link to the privacy policy. And then this text will allow people to read the privacy policy. And if at any time you want to go back to the standard Squarespace message, you can do that there. Then down here, there is a little button that you can add to the bottom of your website that allows people to come back and change their preferences at a later time. I recommend keeping this on. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. And it can be a very small pill or it can take up the whole footer, which I don't like. So I recommend making it a pill, but you could also hide it. So let's keep it on pill. Let's save this, then scroll back up here and you can go to customize the banner style. This takes you to another section. So now we can see the banner here on the left that we just turned on. I've got my 2 buttons, and then you can change the color theme. So you could decide you want this dark or light, or you might have more colors. This website only has a couple. So you can play with the color theme there. You also need to know that these buttons are set to be the standard buttons on your website. So this is always going to be the primary button format. The decline button will be the secondary format, and the manage cookies button will be the tertiary button format. And if you wanted these buttons to look different and you change the standard button formatting, it would change the buttons on all of your website. So keep in mind that that's what it's using, but if you wanted to change it, it impacts your whole website. Now here you can change the position of this banner. I like it on the bottom left, but you have some other options. And here I would leave this disclaimer text size as it is. Also note that from here, you can click here to go back to that other section. You'd need to save first. And then we can click this and you can go back and forth between these two. Let me close this. Also, just a reminder, if you can't remember where everything is, / and then cookies. And this would take you to the cookies and data privacy screen. And here you can get to customize the banner style. All right, so now we've got our cookie banner configured, and I will scroll down to the bottom here to show you that little pill that gets added. So after they accept their cookies, so let me accept, this is the little pill that gets added at the bottom of your website. And if you need to, you might want to make this last section a little bit bigger. So I'm going to click in my footer and I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so that pill doesn't overlap your copyright there. So then I'm going to save and exit. And now we've got our cookie banner configured. And if I scroll down here and someone clicks cookie preferences, they could change their preferences. So that is just a good idea to have there. And that is how you set up your cookie banner in Squarespace. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe below, which helps more people find my videos so I can help more people with their websites. And good luck in all of your website adventures.